We're on the home stretch, folks, but the Falcons just got here. Falcons versus Vitality will be our next match. Some huge names in Rocket League about to take to the pitch and look to stay undefeated in their group. Welcome back to San Diego. The Winter Major rolls on through day number 1. If you're enjoying today, just wait till tomorrow when the crowd's in the house. The place is going to be halfway through. Only halfway through.
Yeah, I'm being serious.
You know, I mean, it's crazy.
You know, B-Stream has been the Broom Stream.
It has been.
It's been a good one.
It's so funny that, like, as long as it keeps being sweeps, then it's like, oh, I'm excited to see, can they do it all? Can they all go sweeps today, right? Like, it creates, like, stakes on the other side of it. There's stories everywhere.
There are stories everywhere. I do not think that the B-Stream should be all sweeps. I think the last matchup there will be at least a game 4. That's just my belief, but on the A-Stream, it's been a little bit different. We had a couple game 5s, including a match that just happened where the Bull just absolutely took it off, and CJ's screaming in the hotel room right now if he's awake right now.
I just want El Toro, man. He's got to let it out.
Get back there, Brilliant. There was so many shots that were great stuff. Absolutely go back and rewatch that last match. Groups B and D, that's where we're at home right now. We got Vitality, Falcons, Dignitas, Carmen, or Gen G, Complexity, Oxygen, Pioneers, all duking it out in their respective groups there. And we, again, have action happening over on the team. Can they go perfect on the sweep today? We got 2 more matches to get through. Oxygen got to beat Pioneers. Vitality's got to sweep Dignitas, I think is how we would read that one. Sure. So that's we'll see what happens there, folks.
I don't know why I answered. He looked at me.
Dignitas was leading on Carmi Core in game 1. And they took him to overtime in game 2. It was not as one-sided as people might have thought. So Dignitas is definitely looking to. Here on the nation, we got 3 more matches to go. We got the Carmi Core Falcons going up later. To the end here. Gen Z Mobile going up against Complexity. Right now, man, the boys from Mina, Falcon, on Vitality. You want to look at the first studded roster? This Falcons roster, trying to pick what's the top player here. I don't know who to pick.
Yeah, it's difficult. Kyler's been their best player all split, been super consistent. Ahmed, we already know what he can do offensively. And then TRK, he's been a well-rounded player. Going up against Vitality. And we all know who their best player is, Alpha 54. Yes. Or you can say Zen.
Okay, but let's talk about the Falcons and welcome them to the stage.
أهمية إني أجيب مركز زين في الميجر هو إني أول شيء أضع قدم في بطولة العالم ومقعد ثالث لمنطقتنا في الريجن. هل بنفوز في الميجر؟ أكيد إن شاء الله بنسوي اللي علينا وبنفوز إن شاء الله.
There's such a strong team here for them playing from one of these newer regions where the spots at Worlds is different. The stakes are so much higher for them, even here at the tournament.
Yeah, they're not playing for themselves. They're playing for their team. In that interview, he's talking about we're playing to support as far as we possibly can, but we're playing for more spots at Worlds. Like they're just trying to get everyone else to say, "Hey, come with us. We're going to lead the way."
And you know the false play. Grinders, they got the heart for it, and I absolutely expect the best out of Falcons.
Different seating arrangement here coming out the Falcons. Ahmed's in the middle rather than TRK. Don't need to make sure that the young buck, he is securing his inside. Ahmed, I do believe he leads his team in the patch, and he screams more. We saw what the Bull can do when you have that type of energy. It galvanizes your teammates. It wills them to victory. And the Falcons, when they start flying and soaring up high, it's hard to match them.
Well, folks, on the other side of things, one of the most legendary organizations in Riot is Vitality.
For this major, it's really happy to be here, and I need to prove that we are the good team now. The roster is completely different, except for me. They are rookies. World-class players. And I need to prove as well that I can still have it on land.
One final opportunity here. Are they going to get it? Oh!
We're feeling very well, and I think that I'm more motivated than ever, and I've never felt like that, so I think that's a good sign. We'll continue for the major, and I think we can.
How important this is for his teammates here. Playing as a rookie, always stay unknown factor to know how these guys play.
Yeah, it's weird with the Vitality team, because as I mentioned earlier, there's a player, if you don't know his name, I don't know how. His name is Sin. And not guys, just the back half of that. And he exists, and he's looming, he's on the bench, and he is going to be eligible to play in the spring split. So everybody on this team, including Alpha, needs to ball out because you don't know who's going to end up being replaced.
And some experience as well. He's played 7 finals, and of course, that fall major last year as well. Neither of those were resolved, so he's back again, trying to give Vitality the same name that they've had in a very long time ago.
And he's making his name on the he said next to Dosing. How about the split that he's had? Moving over from Williams Resolve, and really just, I think he surprised a lot of people with how good he helped out Vitality, and he helped them get to this point.
Yeah.
They're an interesting team. They're kind of like a D1 in a way, and I do think that's going to translate on land, where they're such a solid rock lead in all aspects. You know what, Alpha? He can give you a spark every now and then, but Verdosin, as Dorby touched on, he has been performing absolutely incredible, and when Sizing contributes to this squad, it can be a really hard, tough out to beat on land.
For me, so far today has not been kind to rookies. Crew really struggled. Dorito struggled in that series against G2 Prospect that series. So for Dosing and Sizing, this is a really big match for them, being their first They've got to get a big
What an intimidating up against here. And we're talking about the value of veterans here. You see Alpha sitting in the middle. You were talking about seating arrangements earlier, Bates. For the people at home who maybe aren't sure why that's relevant, the middle seat when playing at LAN.
Oh, it's so important because the middle seat's supposed to be your captain. It's supposed to be your leader. It's supposed to be the person when they're going up, they're going to be composed. They're going to give you that energy that you need in order to keep on pushing. Because you're in the middle. You can touch your teammate on the right, touch your teammate on your left, say, yo, bro, let's get together, we're doing this, and that's so valuable. I was always confused why the Falcons never had Ahmed in the middle, but now it seems like they come around and they got the big man where he needs to be.
Well, you can sense the vibe of your own team too by being in the middle, because you can actually see both of your teammates next to you.
You're having to absorb more energy.
Exactly. But it's a real thing, right? Yeah. And so if you're on the ends, you can't see the guy on the other side. So being in the middle, you can kind of understand what's happening in the mental of your team. And that's why it's so important on who's in the middle.
Falcons versus Vitality. This is going to be their first times playing on this stage. But the Falcons have played on many stages over the course of their season, their time here in the RLCS, given how well they did last season. One of the only team outside of Europe or North America to have made it to a grand final. These are the guys to do it.
Yeah, it's been so weird how the Falcons have been playing, especially the last two. Worlds, they were okay. Rotterdam, not so much. And then they started off in Sweden. They had Senzo. And they played like they usually played online. It was fast, it was free flowing, it was fast, it was creative. They didn't end up making winter for reasons, you know. And then in spring, it was still the same action, high octane gameplay. And they've kind of lost that on land. They've been playing more reserved as of late, Jordan.
And I mean, the thing to me in Falcons' favor is it's been a tough split for them. Like Mina is not as easy as it was for Falcons even last season.
True.
You have Rule 1 that have been consistently competing well against them. So them being here and still making it to the major after flopping out a fall, I think that's huge.
I agree, but at the same time, they're still winning every single grand final for the most part. They win first, second, and all their regionals. They're still doing great. The thing about Falcons, Rotterdam was a big indictment on what's happening to this team. They took away their two biggest weapons in Ahmad and TRK, and Khalid was just lost the mix. They couldn't find their footing in any of their series. They lost to Space Station, lost to Gen G, they lost to G2. The only team they could beat was James Cheese at Rotterdam, and they didn't look the same. I don't know what happened to them, but they have to change it up too. If everyone's looking at their last two results in the World Championship and the Fall Split Major, they have not been the same team since spring.
Well, folks, let us know who you think is going to win in the fan vote. Hashtag FLCN, hashtag VIT in chat, depending on which way you're feeling. Jorby, the seat is no longer cursed. Stacks finally got one right.
Thank you, Stacks.
Oh, this was cursed?
Yeah, it was. He not got one right.
It was like over 90.
Who you got? This one's hard.
Yeah, this was pretty tough for me. I actually think, so statistically, on Vitality, Alpha 54 leads the team in every statistical category other than saves per game. And he's pretty close up there with Sizen, or Radosin, excuse me, in saves per game. So Falcons, their job is to shut down Alpha 54. If you do that and you force Radosin and Sizen to make the plays, you're going to have a pretty good chance. I'm going to say Falcons bounce back here. They get their first win against Vitality. I got Falcons.
I don't. I have Vitality.
Wow.
I don't. I listen, Falcons keep doing the same thing. They go do great domestically. That's kind of just become their thing, right? And then at LAN, the last two times we've seen them, they haven't performed well. Granted, they've played maybe some tough teams, but
sure,
if you want to be great, you have to beat the great teams. And this is a beatable team in Vitality, but I think Vitality has surprised people even in their first regional this split. Looked fantastic all the way second place, lost to K-Corp. Boo-hoo. So I think for Vitality, or for Falcons, until they start proving that they're going to start performing on LAN again, I'm voting against them.
And listen, I've been gassing one man in particular this whole entire time.
Yeah, you
for
have
the last
to go.
6
Number
months.
6.
Of course, Alpha 54. It's going to play really well, but I'm not going with them. I'm going with
What? Whoa!
I'm going with Falcons because I do believe
I got
this
whiplash.
Falcons squad, they're just a better overall team than Vitality is. Currently constructed. Jorby touched on it. Now, the analysis was spot on. Alpha 54, he leads in almost every single category. You shut down the great win, which is going to be hard, but Falcons can do that. I do believe they fly high, they're creative, and they roll with this momentum up against Carmi at the end of the day.
We're going to see two rookie debuts on LAN here, and it might be the birth of two of the greatest LAN players we've ever seen, but that is too high of a improbability for me to bet against 3 players that have played at a World Championship, that have played at 5 LANs up until this point. I think that the veteran nature of Falcons will give them the win here.
Wow,
I think I'm going to go with Falcons on
Three of
this
us
one.
going
So,
Wow.
Vitality, they're the underdogs on the desk. How are they feeling in chat? That's my question. We got a bunch of fans on both sides here. Going to be it's kind of about the same here. We're seeing Falcons the favorites on the desk as well as in the chat, folks. Hope you guys are ready. It's time to get the Falcons out on the field up against Vitality. Falcons versus Bees. Who wins, folks? A Swarm or a Hawk? I don't know. We're about to find out, though, in Rocket League form. Just roll with it. It's a fine, folks.
Birds OP.
They're like small Hawks, folks. Let's play some Rocket League.
One of the most exciting matchups going into the online era was this emerging Sandrock Gaming going up against Team Vitality, playing in the European region, getting their feet wet there, and testing the waters. Now, Team Falcons, get Alpha 54 and Vitality on LAN. It's the matchup we've been waiting for, and we've got it now.
Whether it's a Swarm or whether it's the Falcons, you can expect some high-flying action here in this series. Already, you're seeing a little bit from Falcons as they get the ball, just trying to apply that early offensive pressure. Making a statement in this first game, going to be big in terms of controlling the momentum. Let's see what Alpha and Vitality have going up against Falcons.
TRK loses possession there. Alpha will send it all the way downfield. Khalid is going to be trying to connect with Ahmad, but he's still way at the back. Ahmad leading the team in scoring, just under a goal per game throughout the winter split. TRK to the backboard, easily sent away by Radosin, and now Khalid trying to bring it back in. Radosinho having none of it.
I like the defense we're seeing, though, from Vitality, just kind of slowing things down in the air. They're not afraid to get up to the sky, and that's going to really cause Falcons to be able to try to change up their approach. It's not going to be an easy way in, so Trying to get the flip reset there. That midfield pass almost cut out. This is what I'm talking about. That battle for the midfield going to be key. Chance there for Ahmad, and Falcons get on the board.
And this is not the guy you want to let get going. If your team vitality, Ahmad can snowball this real quick as he scores on the open net. The great speed from Khalid. 1-0 for Team Falcons.
Well, already Falcons just kind of setting the tone here. That quick offense, Vitality's trying to meet him though. There's still plenty of time left in the game.
They touched on it on the desk. Ahmad sitting in the middle, really taking in that leadership role with the squad as Sizen's there to send it downfield. Around the boards now against Ahmad, and Ahmad stands strong, getting it done on both ends of the field.
Let's see how Vitality makes that. Wait, that's going to be open, and Alpha gets the equalizer. He plays that on the low 50 towards the side. You see TRK coming in. Alpha stays towards the ball, gets the pass. All the Falcons move forward there, and Alpha just made him pay the price.
I wonder if Ahmad just thought that Khalid was a lot closer than he was on the rotation.
I think he thought he had to win, like on that challenge. And then once they got beat out, everybody just scrambling back.
TRK making sure to grab that corner boost, make sure Sizen doesn't starve them out. This goes hard off the corner. Ahmad beaten to the ball there. This good angle downward. It does. Sizen's there. And so too is Alpha, but that's deflected out to the wing where Radisson's got to get there. And now it's Ahmad quickly downfield all on his lonesome. And couldn't get the boost steal out of the corner. May not matter. Khalid coming in. TRK is there as well. Can he line up a double? No. Alpha's there instead. And another good defensive stand for Team Vitality, trying to turn it into offense on the other side, and Khalid's there.
You can see the faith here in Falcons, but when they're not making contact on the ball, it leaves so much room for Vitality, and they are continuing to put on the pressure. Right now, I mean, Alpha himself, 4 shots out of the 5 Vitality's had. The first half of the game, Vitality's definitely been able to strike back with Falcons. Kind of, puts a little bit too much faith in one of the players moving up.
When you look at this group and you see Team Vitality, K-Corp, Team Falcons, and Dignitas, you can't help but think group of death. As Khalid's going to sky one up for himself. TRK waiting for a rebound. Radisson's there as well. Out of the corner, here comes Ahmad. A little too slow to the play. And a chance for Vitality to break a 1-1 deadlock. But it goes right back into their zone. Khalid's there, but unable to send it any further forward. Khalid again, redirect. Just a little off. It's a high shot. And Ahmad now with the follow-up from the wing. Going all the way to ground, and the defense not fooled one bit.
Yeah, and I like the other play there we saw from Falcons. TRK definitely looks like he has a good read on the ball, and he's been able to be in positions after his teammates make challenges and try to turn them into goal-scoring opportunities. He's needed here on the defense. Khalid will be able to bail him out. TRK will pick up the boost and boom this downfield, just kind of bailing Falcons out of an awkward spot for the time being.
Khalid for Ahmad, and the bouncer set away at the last moment. Is right there at the post. Defense had to respect it as Ahmad ranges back. He'll make the stop. And looking for one more touch to set up TRK. He's done that, but TRK let it get a little too far away from him. Possession now back for Team Vitality. It's Alpha. Up all by himself. Going against TRK. And Ahmad is there, so is Khalid to fend off Vitality again. If only for a moment. Radisson again trying to force his way through. The challenges have been great for Vitality. The opportunities have been there, but they haven't converted as that goes off the crossbar.
Close, but not enough. Alpha's going to turn. Shot! It's in! Vitality take the lead late in game 1.
He's got them both for Team Vitality. And once again, the defense worn out on the side of Falcons. Vitality, 2 unanswered goals and a lead with 47 seconds. Important kickoff here for Falcons to try and gain some forward momentum again. They've got it with Ahmad. Trying to bring it down to ground. He's forced it through 2. But there at the last, it's Alpha to make the stop. Tied up again for Khalid. Falcons will not go away easily here. The challenge is starting to go their way with 30 seconds left.
Sizen, though, cleared out into space. It's about just kind of keeping Falcons here on that blue half. Gritto in chance from Alpha. Trying to get the foot reset. Don't think he got it. Otherwise, I feel like he would have used it to keep himself up into the air. Time ticking down. Falcons can't get out of their own half. Still more pressure. That one's going to be Sizen. He's going to pick up off the mistake, securing the game.
Yeah, almost certainly with only 13 seconds left. Just an awkward save for Khalid. They put him in a real tough spot. And this Falcons defense over the last 2.5 minutes has been back against the wall. Vitality have overwhelmed them. And now the final countdown of game one. Vitality has it going the right way to burn off the final few seconds. And Team Vitality makes a huge statement in the final 2 minutes to take this game away from Team Falcons.
We talked about, the Deaths talked about it earlier. They talked about Falcons overall being a solid team. I think that was one of the things Bates had said, but when you take a look at the stats, and you see what Alpha did that game, my goodness. 8 shots coming out from him as an individual. Fantastic work. And of course, you saw it again with Dostin getting involved, getting those assists as well, and Sizen again with that security. Yes, sure. Maybe Vitality, you know, they do have that star player in Alpha, but when everybody else steps up, that is a threat that not a lot of people know how to handle.
As we look back at the Mobile One high performance replay, that right there was the game winner ultimately from Alpha 54 on an open net, as they just, all 3 goals that Vitality scored in that game, it just felt like they broke down the Team Falcons defense. They just overloaded them with shot after shot after shot, banger after banger, and eventually Falcons just could not withstand the pressure.
Yeah, I don't think Falcons were expecting that going in, right? I mean, of course, everyone knows the threat of Alpha, but for the Falcons, they started off with that high-powered offense very early on. They were in the air, they had that full trust, and then when Vitality just started to kind of get ahead of that, you could see it. Falcons, again, defense scrambling back, not necessarily clean Rocket League out of this one. They've got to tighten it up here on Forbidden Temple.
Game 2, mentally, you got to feel like a must-win now for Falcons, as they've got to bounce back or stare down a potential sweep at the hands of their once rivals, Team Vitality. So many great matchups that we were kind of denied when the lands went away for a little while, as Alpha 54, big challenge in the air. Sizen in there as well. Ahmad in a tough spot. The whole Falcons defense has been in a tough spot, as Vitality almost can't lose a challenge at this point.
Yeah, they're winning challenges left and right. I mean, at this point, you see them in the corner. They're 15 each other at this point. Finally, a little bit of a breakaway, and Falcons can get some space. Alpha will pick up the save off to the side. You see Khaled in the corner. Alpha puts in that middle. Sizen is there. And again, clearing things out. You see how Falcons make this approach on offense. TRK trying to set something up, but no follow-up. It'll be cleared back into the midfield once again. It's really tough here for Falcons to set up some consistent offensive pressure. Alpha and Vitality, they've been meeting it every single step of the way.
Needing a second touch there was Ahmad, but again, Vitality back on the prowl. Almost seems like not a matter of if they'll open the scoring, but when. Could be here, but Ahmad's in the way as he just guided that out to the wing. There's TRK to pop one up. O'Kallid strafing across as well. That double commit does not prove costly as it's sent downfield.
Yeah, you can see it, like you said, it wasn't costly there. They were able to make it work. But if Vitality's a little bit more status, Sizen redirect. Oh my God! Again, unexpected from Sizen. Watch this right here. Jumps off, great angle to push it into the back of the net. You got to keep your head on a swivel against the Swarm.
2 assists in the series already for Radosin. And that one sure looked pretty with the finish from Sizen. Just downfield, you see me. Yes, I do. Downfield now. It is Radosin just clearing that away. And TRK just to sky it up where Alpha 54 takes it away. It's like they just served him up a batting practice fastball and he knocked it out of the park.
Absolutely. This is already awkward. It's an easy read for Vitality. They see the positioning, and Alpha jumps right on top of it. Vitality up by 2, and Team Falcons looking stunned here.
5 unanswered goals now out of Team Vitality after conceding the opening goal. It was Ahmad, and it feels like so long ago at this point. Sizen and Alpha both up. TRK won the challenge. Banks open as Falcons are on the board.
That's a big goal. Very big here to kind of just slow things down and get Falcons back into the game. Good win there for TRK. Defense got caught out. Now you start to look at the time and think, okay, let's go kind of back to reality real quick. Falcons trying to remind everybody who they are. Still plenty of time left in game 2.
Double cheat, and the ball just goes way up to the ceiling. No chance for anybody to follow up. Now TRK quickly onto this, and Radosin with the save. Now O'Khalid for TRK again, and that ricochets off of O'Khalid. And Ahmad can't win the challenge over Alpha. Everybody's got to scramble back now for Team Falcons. It's Sizen in the corner, and that demolition on Alpha certainly helps out immensely defensively for the Falcons.
Of course, them also being able to kind of get the ball out of their own end, not letting Vitality get so many different more shot opportunities. Vitality being a little bit more quiet here. 2 shots from Alpha, 2 from Sizen. On the side of Falcons, of course, TRK leading the charge, but here's Khaled leading it. Almost got that one through. Forced 2 up, but not really a chance for follow-up. Ahmad and TRK, they had to go back, and they're going to try again if Vitality let them.
Oh, good pop-up there for Amradosin, looking for yet another assist. He's already got 3. Out of the corner. Shot easily blocked by O'Khalid. And Sizen have to bring this all the way to his own back corner with Alpha 54 there. Radosin taking himself against Ahmad. It's available, but O'Khalid is onto it first. And here come Team Falcons again.
Nice light read. Be cleared away. And Falcons definitely meshing up well. TRK's getting some demos here. They're trying to make Vitality uncomfortable. TRK with the shot. But Alpha! What a save there! Khaled doesn't have the boost to make that a high-powered shot, so it gets sent to Radosin, who cleared away.
For months and literally years, we wondered what this matchup would look like on LAN, and boy, is it delivering. Alpha 54 dancing through the air, got the bump. One more shot needed. Sizen under the bar. What a setup from Alpha.
Alpha clearing the way, gets it past 1, sees 2, see you later, Ahmad. And Sizen cleans it up with the open net. Another 3-1 scoreline here in favor of Vitality again. They are fighting back. Even when Falcons try to throw a punch, they throw 2 more at them.
When you think about the long journeys that some of these players have had, another opportunity. Alpha again right at the crossbar, and O'Khalid with the save. Alpha's big break came on a team named Savage. You just don't see that every day. As it's Radisson again through midfield. Alpha waiting if there's any kind of misplay out of O'Khalid. TRK has to bomb it away. And there is Sizen again with another stop in midfield, frustrating the Falcons' attack.
Time ticking down once again. Vitality in a very comfortable spot. They just have to manage this pace, and they are doing so really well. Look at this. Everybody from the Falcons all like front post into the corner. They look very awkward here, and Vitality boosted up. They just have to play the 50 game until the clock runs out.
Down to 15 seconds now as Falcons stuck at their own back line. 3-1 the result in game 1. Looking very similar now on Forbidden Temple. Team Vitality, 2 down and 1 to go in this dream matchup on day number 1.
Ahmad trying to keep it up. Nope, see you later. That's in the ground. Vitality put the series on match point. And I don't know if this was necessarily something a lot of people predicted going into this series. They are showing up and showing out. Radosin, especially on that game, lots of clutch saves, great assists, set up Alpha, Sizen with a couple of goals of his own, but of course Alpha was able to kind of let that be a little bit more easier for him. And Vitality, wow. They could sweep this if Falcons don't get it together soon.
Ahmad and TRK have the lone goals for Team Falcons, 1 in each of these couple of games here, as we look back and see exactly how Alpha 54 led Vitality to another dub. The big save, the big bump, and Sizen putting that one away at the end. And those numbers tell the tale. A lot of crooked numbers on one side, not so much on the other, as Team Vitality 1 win away now from a clean sweep to start their group stage.
Talked earlier to some people on the Falcons. Didn't drop a game in scrims. Won every scrim leading up to this event. Now what do they do when they have to play from behind like this? Is Vitality in prime position to take this series?
Man, if I had $1 for every time I've heard a team's winning all their scrims and then they come out and don't win on the stage, I might be able to run one of these myself. It just seems to be a theme. Scrims and the real deal are 2 very different things, as we're off and running now on DFH Stadium. And Sizen down and kept out by Ahmad.
Vitality so close on that one, but close not enough. This one's still 0-0. They'll try again. Alpha gets a demo here. Radostin sets it up. Alpha shot blocked out. Khaled with the denial. Game 3, kind of picking up where we left off. Starting off with some control on Vitality and Falcons on that defensive end. They've got to be able to break out of this stack, get some of that offensive pressure, kind of outpace Vitality to the ball. It's what they've really been struggling with here.
Through the wing in a foot race between Khaled and Alpha. Good pass to Ahmad. Khaled trying to run interference, and he did just enough to slow down the defense, and Falcons lead for the first time since game 1.
I like this, though. Khaled, he passed the ball, sees Ahmad there, tries to make Alpha as uncomfortable as possible. Even Ahmad, he goes up for it and still looking for the bump. It was a great defensive effort from Alpha, but it's not good enough when you got the Falcons bearing down on you.
So another early goal out of Team Falcons. This is real awkward out of Ahmad, though, and Khaled has to range back after Team Falcons kind of created a sticky situation for themselves. This kicks out for Alpha 54. No, it'll be Sizen who takes charge. Alpha's waiting behind him, though. He'll come on, and his shot blocked away.
Rosen playing it low. Tries to get it past Ahmad. Ahmad and TRK both on that back wall. And a good clear out. Will buy them some time. Team Falcons here stick with the lead. Trying to build and expand on that. They were able to get a really strong counterattack. Can they get one here? TRK trying to lead that charge. Jumped up for it, forcing Alpha into a tough spot, but looks like it's going the other way. Ahmad able to get a really good touch, though, to keep things a little bit slower in the midfield until Sizen puts a shot on.
Ahmad had a good plan there, but unfortunately Radostin was right there waiting for it. And it's Alpha now. What more does he have up his sleeve? Pinch shot is set away by Khaled. Maybe even been intended to be a pass, but somebody could have go forward. It's Sizen now for Alpha. Again, trying to lead the charge. Blocked away again. But Sizen won't let Falcons get on that end for too long. Now Radostin trying to bring this gently to ground, and he's done so. So now it's Team Falcons with the lead, playing exactly as you'd expect out of a front runner. Dump it in, burn more time off the clock, but you got to feel like one goal is not going to be enough against Vitality the way they're playing.
They're looking for a way back, but Falcons have kind of controlled the pace very well. Look at that clean beat. TRK is going to have space out in front. Alpha 54 on top of this. Take it, pops it up. Radostin's there, but Radostin gets bumped, so Sizen third man back will be able to get it around. It just seems like now Falcons trying to set up a line here in that midfield where they are not letting Vitality get up there comfortably. We haven't seen Vitality in the upper third in a while.
Ahmad just hanging in there to get that ball to the wall and lets TRK set up for Khaled. But he's going to want that one back. He was nowhere near putting that on target. So now TRK bring it to the top right. It's off. And another opportunity. Sizen's in a tough spot, and he just did enough to give Radostin time to save the day. But now Team Falcon riding this wave of momentum, trying to dominate Team Vitality. They're dominating possession. That's a great back pass, a very mature play, trying to keep the attack alive, but now they're under duress.
Just keep Vitality off the ball. TRK gets a demo on that play. 50 out, still no danger. Radostin goes up for it, of course, but Falcons maintaining that possession. They're not afraid to move it around as long as they don't give Vitality the ball, as long as they don't give this man the ball. Alpha gets a 50 here, which will slow things down, but it seems like it only slows things down for Vitality. Great pinch off that sidewall for Ahmad, and now Falcons trying to set things up. That was a good top left corner shot, but it was blocked away.
1 minute remains here in Game 3. Vitality trying to close out Team Falcons. Get as strong a start as you possibly can to the group stage. Alpha just ahead. But now TRK bring it across. Down to 40 seconds now. Opportunities going to be few and far between now for Alpha and Vitality. Got the demolition, but nobody could get one anywhere near the mark. A missed opportunity, to say the least, from Vitality.
Whoa, close chance there. You can see the level of speed increasing. Vitality are playing a much faster game, but Falcons know the position they're in. They know Vitality has to force the issue, so they've been patient and they've not overcommitted too much. Just again trying to mitigate that clock. They gotta stop that shot though. Radostin with the tie. 12 seconds left in Game 3.
multiple decoy plays, and finally they got Falcons to fight on one. They were frozen just long enough, and Radosin gets his first goal of the series. Dyson can't win the ring. Down to 7 seconds. TRK to play hero. No, Ahmad to the corner. No shot on just yet. O'Khaled with no time on the clock. TRK for the win, denied.
Oh, so close. Ball still up. And it'll finally hit the ground. Overtime in game 3. But Vitality survive on the skin of their teeth.
This is why Vitality chose to build around Alpha. Moments like this. Still available on the wing. Ahmad just ahead of Radosin. And now Dyson trying to get one central again. O'Khaled awkward up the wall. Vitality buzzing all around Team Falcons. Here goes Ahmad. They finally break free. Looking for a bump, and Radosin avoided it.
Great avoidance there, too. That was a prime position for Falcons. PRK up now, looking for the double. Will be denied by Vitality. Ahmad still keeping it for third. Demo on the play. A little bit of a smoke screen. What can Khaled do with this? Gets it past Alpha, but Radosin, who has been, just a sentinel. It won't matter! Ahmad gets it through, and Falcons stay alive in the series.
That is not the shot Radosin wanted. Going up to the ceiling. TRK made him pay for it, and Ahmad finishes the job, and the Falcons have some life now. Avoiding the sweep, and now you look at a side like Vitality. When you have that closeout opportunity, the momentum starts to shift a little bit. You gotta kind of push this out of your mind, right? Because you can't think about what might have been. You've got another game to play.
James Bida said at the beginning of the day, closing out a series on this stage is so hard, and you see the difficulty there. I mean, there were plenty of times where Falcons definitely could have took that game, but Vitality was playing up to pace. Now they've been hit back, and Falcons finally getting a win under their belt. How will that kind of change the direction of the rest of this series?
Well, what it does is it guarantees that we'll see a fourth game now between Falcons and Vitality, and a chance to maybe build up the foundation of a reverse sweep. I know that's still a long, long way off. I mean, the way these two teams have played, though, that being the first one-goal game of this series, but it really has felt like, outside of maybe that first game felt dominant on the part of Vitality, at least in the second half of it. This series has felt like all one-goal games because these two have been so evenly matched.
They're playing with something to prove.
Yes.
Vitality. We talked about it. Every single player, there's something here that'll win with just solidify. Alpha playing is so fun. We saw this in game 3. Again, Team Vitality with a close chance of getting blocked out by Falcons. But again, of course, on the blue side, Falcons trying to, again, show why they are a threat. The Kings of Mina has not looked well on the international stage. But they're trying to change that particular narrative. They got to be able to stop Vitality on the press, though. Good touch from Khaled. Alpha, 50 TRK, and he'll go into the corner. Things starting to settle down after the initial Vitality push.
Very awkward plays in the first 40 seconds of this game. I think both teams trying to figure out exactly what to expect out of the opposition, even though we're 4 games in now. It is Radosin. Try to drop one down, and that's well defended. Better a follow-up, though. It's just the mind games that go into this. Next level thinking now between Falcons and Vitality. It's O'Khaled with Ahmad downfield. Try to lob it forward, but there's nobody there in an easy clear.
Just the very small touches. What's going on with that transition play? Oh, that's a little awkward. Maybe even...
That's the second time that's happened to O'Khaled as well. He's had a couple ricochet off him now. May not matter. Radosin with the save. And O'Khaled's shot had nothing behind it. So Falcons are denied again by the Europeans.
But this is what I'm saying. Look at how Radosin played that. Played it off to the side, was able to recover, get another touchdown. This is the level of game you have to play at this stage. A backflip from Alpha 54 gets punished. TRK puts Falcons on.
He is human after all. just could not recover. TRK taking advantage. Just over 90 seconds gone by here in Game 4, and the momentum continues to swing in Falcons' favor.
It's only day one, but again, you cannot afford to make mistakes on this level.
Very well ensure you don't get to day 3. It is around the board now. Popping up, and Alpha right there. So here goes O'Connell downfield. Rising and ball. They're not going to get started out this time. I'm on tracking. So is DRK. He may be called into action here. There's a quick one comes off the corner. Follow up there is non-existent and well fielded by O'Connell. Halfway mark now in a perhaps reverse sweep brewing. Falcons taking the lead early in Game 3, hanging on there, and they hold it again here at Utopia with Champions Field on the horizon. O'Callaghan has it all the way over towards Ahmad. He'll have to take this himself downfield. He won't have the midfield boost. May not matter. Radosin got greedy, grabbing the midfield boost, and O'Callaghan made him pay for it.
Yeah, you see it right there. Radosin last back. Pallet on the ball. Do you think that if you're going for that, he's not going to put it in the back end in that hard lesson? And you shouldn't have to have those here on this stage. But if Falcons will remind you, hey, Billy gave it to him right then and there. 2 minutes left in Game 4. And Falcons starting to third. It's kind of a drought here from Vitality. We haven't seen him on the board yet.
So Vitality facing their biggest deficit of the series. Radosin tried to guide one down gently. And Ahmad will have that out towards the wing. TRK way downfield. O'Callaghan was chasing, but it's Alpha 54. Bring it back in. For Vitality, you just got to get him as many touches as you possibly can and see if he can spark something. It's going to be Alpha again, met by TRK. Radosin got one over Ahmad, and just off the bar. Follow-up is sent away. The entire Falcons defense putting in extra work here with 1:20.
The double, McCallum was there to send it off to the side. Vitality cannot capitalize on the awkwardness of Falcons on that defensive push. And now, 1:10, Falcons in complete control of this situation. How can Vitality bounce back with no time on the clock, basically? They have a minute here. They have the ball on Falcons half, but they're trying to pull them out, so to speak. Everybody's so far back. How will Vitality get going?
Radosin high and wide, and no follow-up thanks to the efforts of DRK. Sizen turning on one, and now it's kind of desperation time for Team Vitality here in Game 4. About to let another closeout opportunity go by the wayside. It's Sizen, all by himself. DRK there. Now Radosin. They're just not able to get this ball anywhere near Alpha 54. Down to 25 seconds. Through the corner. Centered. Alpha's there, but so is the defensive Falcons. It was Ahmad initially. DRK with the save there. And Team Falcons, this is about as textbook as it gets for protecting a lead in the closing seconds.
Final 10, and Falcons show no signs of slowing down their fight. They have taken off ever since the Game 3 victory. And we are going to Champions Field for Game 5. Who can close this one out? Everything else a formality, as that one will hit the ground. And Falcons will take Game 4.
It really has been feast or famine on the stage, right? You've had either sweeps or you go to Game 5. There is no middle ground. And yet again, we will go to Champions Field. This time, it's Falcons and Vitality treating us to what could become a classic.
What a way to start off this group as well. 5 games here between the two. And you've seen that both teams can lead, which is going to be something important as the rest of the group continues on here. Vitality can show that they have that hot start. Falcons, again, being able to battle things back here in the series. But who has the ability to close it out? We've seen teams do it before. G1 was in a similar position. They stopped the reverse sweep. Can Vitality do something like this? Now, we're in a completely even playing field.
It's so weird to see Alpha
Alors on danse.
It's about damn time. In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Feeling fussy.
Pista pela vitória, pelo triunfo. Conquista, se é pela glória, uso meu trunfo.
Alors on danse.
It's about damn time.
I like to move it, move it.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me wanna dribble dribble, you know, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see it. My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me wanna dribble.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Anything you need, I'll get that. Let me take the lead, don't sweat that.
Bye.